Islam,
Islam, peace.
how you
That's
doing,
what's
my
up.
sister?
We both right on time. That's what's up. I'm great. How about you?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
That's what's
Thankful.
up.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. My energy is waned a bit, but I'm thankful to be able to answer the call. That's for sure. That is for sure. It has
All right.
been
Go
some
ahead.
kind of week. But go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm
I
good.
actually prepared an intro and an outro this week.
Okay, go ahead, please.
All
That sounds great.
right, just to get some consistency going.
Please, please. That
Okay.
sounds great to me.
Okay. So the intro: Islam, greetings and welcome to Talk to Me Moorish, aka My Brother's Keeper, aka Meet Me at Allah. I am Sister Zahra Bey of CalifaMedia.com and the PurplePaperClip.com. And with me is Brother Abir Chanan L of 43rd Books.com. That's 43rdbooks.com. This is our third weekly chat discussing Moorish Consortium, or the lack thereof, through the lens of Moorish science, including astrology, history, and Moorish literature. To those joining us and those who will enjoy this at a later date, again, welcome and gratitude for your interest and attention. How was that?
That was awesome right there. Yo,
That's what's
that
up.
was
I
awesome.
tried.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
tried.
that was awesome. Yeah, I haven't cut one of them since man undergrad. We used to do the
Right?
radio, television. Yeah, I'm a communications major. Yeah,
Stuff starting to
absolutely.
come
Yeah,
in useful, huh? That's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
doing.
That
I'm
I
like,
haven't
yeah,
had
I
one of
actually
them in
remember
a
learning this.
long time ago. Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
Long time
long,
ago.
long time ago. Yeah. Yes. That was awesome. That was awesome. I'm like I said, I'm very thankful to be here. I was thinking about what we talked about. Um, excuse me. Go ahead. I don't know if I'm supposed to.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm listening. No, this
Uh,
is casual. Yep.
okay. All right. All right. We talked about the rules of engagement. Well, I
Hmm.
mentioned that last year. One of my favorite movies is Two Could Play at That Game. You remember that movie
Um, who was
with
in it?
Vivica Fox and Morris Chestnut?
Oh
And it
no.
was like, you remember that? You remember that?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, I was into the grunge scene. Sorry.
Okay. No, that's
Yeah.
that's fine. Um, but
Don't
it
judge
was
me.
a movie where this actually, I followed most of the scripts I told you about the zodiac sign. That
Mhm.
Vivica Fox is a Leo,
Right.
and Morris Chestnut is a Capricorn, of course, and she was trying to use these rules in the movie to keep him in line, so to speak. And as you get to the end of the movie, you find that you know there really are no specific rules that can do it. That makes it so it's for that are foolproof. Let me say it that way. And
Okay.
after reading, um, phew, after reading the information that you sent me last week, Lord have mercy.
Oh, you like that?
I don't know where. Um, see, yeah, I don't know where we are, and I don't, it's gonna be a long way back. And I'm not saying that, it's like it's as if it's a terrible thing, but just reading over the literature and how things, should be done properly, and we move, as a unit. eh, we haven't really done that, at all. And I guess I don't want to say it's discouraging, but just reading through it and having never read it before, it was like it was quite enlightening. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say I appreciate it. Anyway, um, how was your week? Let me ask that question.
Oh, fine. Productive. But back to what you were just talking about.
Yes.
You said it seems like a long way to go. right?
Um, yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm keeping in mind that the book I sent you was written in 1928. That wasn't even 100 years ago.
that's true.
And
Yeah,
Moors were doing this. How many generations is that? If like, okay, everybody's having children at exactly 20. That's only five
right,
generations ago,
right,
you know.
right, exactly,
And
exactly.
somebody we know probably knew somebody that was acting like that, even if they weren't Moors. Because you got to remember,
Right,
everything's flipped
absolutely.
right now. You know, it's
Right,
like right
right.
now it's what 75% of our children are born out of wedlock.
Yes,
And what, two generations ago? Two.
right.
It was flipped.
Yeah, yeah,
So we not. I mean, that's the good news. We're not that far gone. We do have a ways to go, but
absolutely.
it's not that long ago that we were like in a pretty good situation. You know, we were doing a
Yeah,
lot better.
I
You
agree.
know,
I agree. I agree.
so yeah,
Absolutely.
there's hope. So yeah,
Yeah, like I said, it was very well, thought up. And it was made to, put a board on our back to give us, what I'm saying, like a measure of
right,
how to, to measure ourselves and each other. And you got to be, thankful for that. I know toward the end we was talking last week. You was saying like, do we want to bring in or deal with, for lack of better words, niggas? And you was like, nah, because that's going back to square one, and then try to, make our way back here. And
right.
that's true. That's true. Um, you deal with niggas, you get a nigga conversation.
And then
And
we
how
got to
many
start
times
over every time another
there
one
you go.
shows up.
There you go. And yes, yes. And then you ever been in a conversation with somebody and you're like, I knew this was going to end up with this. How did I get here again? Like I knew,
I knew that.
you know,
I knew better. I
I
knew I
knew
knew
that
better. I hate when
I
I
had
tell
no
myself
reason, right?
that.
I had no
I walked
reason to
right
even
into
try.
this, right?
Exactly, exactly. Um, but I am learning. I want to say that I want to always be impressionable. Um, and I always want to keep my ear out there because it seems like when I think I've heard it all, somebody presents another story that I have not come across of their background, their experiences that make well, this is why it's hard for me, because it's to me it to find a relationship is never it's not really been a big thing once I came a certain age. As a kid,
Hmm.
yes. But after I kind of got some of the tools together, I kind of said like I had a potion, like I was working on like a potion. And once I finally got the potion together, it was like, okay, yeah, I can kind of work with this. I can kind of. But before then, it was terrible. And so if I sat down, I was like, okay, hey, try to do this. When I'm talking to somebody, I'm saying, if I'm consulting them, do this, try this, do this. They do it exactly, and then it works. You know, then they come back, yo, they work. Then usually the person after a minute, their ego gets into it, or you're
Right.
not my boss and whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and take the next 2, 3 steps for myself, and then it crashes and burns. You will come back and say, "Well, you told me now, nah." Okay, maybe these. No one wants to be guided. Let's go there.
Right.
Who really wants to be guided when it comes to relationships? Do you want somebody coaching you?
I mean, I do.
No, no,
I
no,
can't
no,
speak for
no.
nobody else, but yeah, I understand what you're saying though. Because I mean,
Are
it's
you
like, well,
serious?
shoot, after a certain me, yeah. I mean, after a certain while, it's like, okay, I've been, at least in my experience, I can only speak for myself, right?
Right.
Um, I'm willing to admit when I need help. I might not ask for it, but I will recognize it, you know? And so it's like, well, that's why I was so excited. He's like, he's married. He can tell us stuff, you know? Because who else am I going to ask? All my single friends, you know? We haven't, obviously, none of us have figured it out, right? And then the divorce part too. Okay, he also knows what not to do. You
Oh
know.
yeah,
So and then
absolutely,
after you said,
absolutely.
"I swear I'll never do it again," but you did. So it's like, see what I
Right,
mean?
right,
So
right. Yeah,
that's a form. I see that as a form of a mentor, and I reached
and I
out to
and I
you for
and
this,
I
right? You
still
know. So
I still say that. I still say that to this point, and I'm already like, it'll be 2 years. Um, thank the Most High, November 1st, and I still say I'm not getting married again. I still say it, and that's just how bent I was on not ever doing it again. And she's already come and it's already established, and that's
I understand your message
it.
coming
Hurt.
through
It hurt
very
that
clear
bad.
somehow.
It
It's
hurt.
weird.
Yes, it hurts. It hurts. You know what I'm saying? And I don't. That's why I think I want to take. I think I want to take my phone this week and try to just randomly ask 20, 30, 40, many people as I can find without getting all in people's faces. Just, do you want to be coached in your relationships? Like,
Get in their faces. Let's go to the astrology. Okay. Sun is in Mars. Sun is in Libra. Mars
right,
is in Libra.
right,
Mercury is in Libra. Get in
right.
people's faces and talk about relationships.
Yes, I need to.
So there you
I
go. So
need
the
to.
stars are with you for real. I mean, because when
I
you
need
know when
to.
you flow with that energy, it's like, well, first of all, it might actually work out in your favor, and
Yes,
second, you might be rewarded for um going with the flow.
yes. I think so. I think I should. I don't know about because of COVID. I don't want to be in people's favor. I need to contact. I need to contact that many people in some way, even if it's Facebook friends, people I just know random. Like I just need to say, hey, would you want a relationship coach? Like Hitch, like the movie Hitch. Would you want somebody to just kind of say, hey, do it this way and not that way? Okay, but if an individual would accept having a relationship coach, would that mean if it doesn't work, they would turn around and say, well, it's your fault that it didn't work? So it takes some of the blame off of them. So I think I see that working
Well,
two ways.
if you know what you're doing and you let me people know, I'm where you're not, so you might
Ooh,
want to
that's
do
cold.
exactly. Hey,
Ooh,
is it
that's
not? Is it true?
cold.
Is it true?
Ooh, that's cold.
Time's a wasting.
Yes.
Sorry, time's a wasting. Remember last week we talked
Ooh,
about that.
Gemini. Gemini.
If I come off a little bit impatient, you know.
Yes,
No, no,
that's.
no. That's not Gemini. That's that Moon and Saturn. Excuse my well,
Okay.
screw your
Okay.
feelings. Basically, you know. That's how I talk to myself. So how am I going to talk to you? No, screw your
Oh.
feelings. Get on with it. You know. That's Moon and Saturn. If you know
Oh,
what
that's
you're doing with
cold.
it, it's cold. Yes, it is. It's very cold, but it's efficient. It's like German.
Okay, I didn't go see where my moon is in Saturn. I didn't go look that up because I've been doing a lot of work with these houses. I'm saying when I say I've been in these houses deep, I'm talking. I've been in these houses just in my head. Like even when I lay down, that's why I'm so tired. Literally, I've been swimming in my head. Okay, so if this is here. So if my son, okay, so I got a Leo in the 12th house, which means okay, yeah, okay, all right, now I can see that. So it's okay. I want to go there, but yes, I wouldn't. I wouldn't mind a somebody I could bounce off ideas with. Yes,
Well, I'm
a
here too.
coach. A coach.
Man,
That was cold.
what was
That was
what?
cold. That was cold. Like,
Oh
golly, that was
shoot, you ain't
cold.
seen nothing yet.
That
I
was
mean, I get a
cold.
lot.
Like
I get
literally,
a
like this.
lot done because it's like, you know what? We'll come back to that part. You know, we'll feel this later. We got stuff to do. You know, I love Saturn's my favorite
But you
planet.
don't
You know, it really is.
but isn't it okay? Good, okay, that's a good point. Isn't it? isn't it the point to be gentle when we deal with these issues, or should we be more direct and assertive in it? Is that the problem, that we're too wimpy, so to speak,
Yep.
when it comes to relationship
Soft
issues?
hands, gentle voices. That's not working.
Wow.
Our people, what? Never learn nothing except by the point of a sword, right? A sword can be words, sharp
Yes.
words, right? And they're hard headed, stiff necked. So no, I can't deal with you that way. Which is
Easily led
also
in the
why
wrong
I don't know if you
direction,
ever
hard.
noticed
Yeah.
when other
Yes.
nations' children are in our women's charge. Our women always get complaints about being too rough, being too stern, and
Right.
it's like, have you met our children?
Yeah.
Our children
Yeah.
can be a lot. They're kind of clever. They're really clever. So we got to be on our toes, and they love pushing boundaries. So sorry,
You
I
know,
can't
my
I can't tone it down with other folks' children. Your children are soft.
my
Sorry.
mother
Oh well, I'm not sorry because I ain't do nothing.
my mother
Soft.
tells me that, I would hear her telling stories. I had to whoop you for this. I had to whoop you for that. This, that, and the third. And I was just like, Mom, So I started teasing her. I think I maybe in my 30s then. I was like, you used to whoop me for this and that. This, that, and the third. And she let me talk for about as long as she could. Like, what? You ever thought you was this bad? You ever thought about that? That you was this bad?
There you go. Right, cut
Yes,
straight to the chase. Yep.
yes, yes. I
Can you rebut
was.
that? After saying
I
all
was
that,
bad.
can you rebut this?
I was, yes, you know what I'm saying? And I think right now, if she could, she probably still would try. That Leo in you. You just, you mischievous is the
It's
word.
playful.
Yes, and,
It's
and you
it's
look
like
like it.
they rule children. Leos rule children. You know.
Yes.
So
And so I
I
have
love children.
okay,
So yeah.
I got a Capricorn in my fifth house, which
Ooh.
means when it was time for me to be playful and all of that, I was grown and trying to like do stuff that I shouldn't have been. I
Grown.
was acting too
Yeah.
old for my age. Yeah,
Yep.
I can see that.
Mhm.
I didn't have the same fun that my peers had. It like I had something like, no, we don't do that. We're better than that. And I feel like I missed out, but I see where that came from. Anyway, you can tell I've been studying it.
Yeah, I see. Because I was like, did he read it? I guess so.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I hope that outline was clear. So,
Absolutely. What?
and for anybody listening, I'll leave a link somewhere so y'all can look at it too if you're curious about how houses
Absolutely.
work. So yeah,
Yeah.
and this is
What?
after shoot. I've been studying astrology since I was 21, 22, and I'm 2020 right now, 2024. So
Wow.
yeah, for a
I
minute.
and I can ask you those questions that will go on forever in like a day because it would never stop. It just would never stop. But
Yeah, just be careful. Take one single thing at a time, or you will get dizzy and lose, and you'll forget where you started. You know,
right,
which is why it's
right.
like, oh, I could keep going. I could go real deep, like the aspects, right? Like, oh, okay, look at this. The ruler of your fifth house is squaring
See
your
that, and that's
sun.
I
And it's
want to
like, no,
get
I'm
there.
not.
I
No.
know I'm
First of
not
all,
there
let's get
yet.
the houses clear. Let's just get the
Right,
houses clear first. So
right,
yeah.
right.
So yeah.
Because that's trying to figure out how it's bouncing off something else. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get there, but right now it's
Exactly.
like, no, that's
Let's just see how the
way.
house. Let's look at the layout of the mansion. Basically, I guess that's what it
I'm
is,
just
huh?
trying to figure that
It's
out. Yeah,
rooms
I'm
and
just
it's
trying to
different
figure
rooms
this
in
out.
a mansion. Yep.
Yeah, my third house has
The
Gemini in
library.
it.
Actually, I guess the library would be Libra, huh? It's right there in the word.
Yeah. And okay, was it third? Was it the third? It's Scorpio. It's Scorpio in that house, which it it makes my how can I say this? Um, it's naturally supposed to be something that Gemini rules, correct? Or the
Yes.
thinking, and
Yes.
the Scorpio makes it kind of, I don't want to say gloomy, but
Yep. Dark, deep, transformative, right?
you're right.
Um, restrictive, but restrictive
Yes.
as in it's like a gatekeeper. Like if you into Pluto, I don't really
Right.
look at the outer planets. Like if I can't see it, I really don't trust like Europeans. I really don't trust them.
Okay,
So
I
I
got you.
can't, I don't use the outer planets because I can't see them myself. You know,
Okay. Okay.
the other
I
ones I
got
can see those just fine. You know, I can look out my window and see Jupiter right now.
you.
You
Right.
know,
Right.
but if you look at the dark side of Mars, which is how I look at Scorpio, right?
Mm, mm.
So what does Mars rule? Like, okay, positive. Your assertion, your
Yes.
energy,
Yes.
not your energy. That's more like the sun. Your drive. What drives you? You
Mm-hmm.
know. It
Mm-hmm.
also rules like where you're aggressive, where you have the most friction with people. You know. So and stabbing and burying. You know what are the results of
Yeah.
friction? Burying folks, right? Death,
Yes.
blood,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Surgical procedures, stuff like that, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
mix that with communication, right? So um that could be like a mystery writer, right?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
somebody that writes transformative literature, or what else could it be? Uh they could write they could write trust documents, like financial documents for other people, because
Uh.
Scorpio rules other people's money. Could also get people like talk people out of taxes like that. Like if you wanted to, you could also like talk people into stuff. It works either way.
Right.
So
Yep.
okay, third house Gemini, Scorpio rules all this deep dark jewels. You know, you could write about
Yes.
metal or jewels and stuff like that. You know, oil, anything underground and hidden, you got to dig for. You know.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Some you got to dig for, and it's something it communicated. You know. And you were just talking about you want to go ask people questions about
Yes.
personal. That's real personal because eighth house Scorpio also rules the fruits of partnership, right? Which is
Mm.
why it rules the genitals, right? Because
Right.
seventh house is marriage. That's not consummation. That's just the marriage. Eighth house is the consummation. You know.
Mm.
So yeah.
Okay. So okay. All right. All right. Cause all right. All right. Cause my
I
mind
hope that wasn't too
snapped.
much.
No. No. No.
We
Like
just
I was
kind of
about to
wound
keep
up
it
over
pushing.
here.
I
Like,
was
wait, we
about to
came here
push
for
you
rules,
further.
right?
So the
Which
tenth
is cool
house
because look where we
naturally.
are. Eighth house is the actual proceeding with your relationship part. Wow, check that out.
Mm, it is pretty cool. No coincidences. No
No, no,
coincidences.
no
Yeah.
coincidence. Yep.
Um. Wow. The tenth house rules like which naturally what Capricorn should be, like your status in
Right.
life. Is that correct?
It's
All right.
everything everybody can see. Um, do you know what a chart looks like, right?
Yeah.
Like when look at where the 10th house is, it's high noon.
Right. Right.
That's what everybody can see. The opposite of that is your domicile where nobody can come unless you let them in, like a crab, right? Cancer. It's real soft on the inside, right?
Yes. Yes.
What's up?
My brother. Go ahead. No. Go ahead. No. I'm just thinking about
No,
something
no,
else.
I'm wondering what you laughing. I'm listening. I want to laugh.
My
Shoot.
brother. His my I would say my spiritual brother. You know, we're the seminary together. Yeah, we grew up. We've come up together, and in the church, and he's still there, but I'm out of it. Whatever. He was married to a Cancer, July 22nd. He's July 24th, and he is Leo, Cancer, cusping, Sag, Scorpio, Moon cusping, and then Gemini and the Venus. And then his wife was something different. He used to always try to explain to me about a crab. He said, the crab, they have a hard exterior, but on the inside is mush.
Right.
And that's why they seem to come across kind of hard sometimes, because they know if you ever figure them out, like really, I'm a lot of mush. After you get past these claws in the shell, you got me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's over. Yep.
That's hilarious to me. I'm sorry.
You think that's funny?
That's hilarious to me. Yeah, because they talk so tough. Oh, they were. Oh, I tell you, woo, 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 woo. But really, you underneath all that, you a crybaby. You really a crybaby. That's what I see. And some of that I don't appreciate, because I felt like they gave that to the Leo. Being our mother's sign, I don't like some of that stuff that we got from the Cancer. I don't appreciate it. But it is what it is. It's just, I can't change what the zodiac is. Anyway,
It's long. Somebody actually wants to join us.
absolutely, it's a good
I
thing.
saw
That's a good thing.
+1. I don't know what this means because I'm so
All
new.
right,
Islam.
Peace.
Peace.
Islam, sir.
Yeah, I'm mad new to this app too. I'm Sarush, my bad. I ain't mean to cut you off, bro.
No, you
No,
I'm
good.
just
You
trying to
good.
no,
figure out how
please,
to mute
Welcome.
this joint right now.
Welcome.
Thank
absolutely,
you, thank you.
absolutely,
I'm just trying to figure
absolutely,
out how to
bro.
mute for
Yes, sir. Good to have you. Good to have you.
thank you, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Where you reporting from? What
Peace.
territory?
I'm up in the northeast, usually from New York,
All
Pennsylvania.
right,
I just started
all
moving
right, all
west to
right.
like Ohio area, you know what I'm saying? I've
Okay,
been
Oh,
okay,
riding
that's
around the
what's
okay.
up.
East
So
Coast.
we triangulating right now.
Yeah.
I'm in corn country. So yeah.
Oh, I
Good
is that
corn country.
Idaho?
I hadn't heard that before. Okay, okay.
I'm not joking. I'm surrounded. Dude, there's hay bales like a block away. I wish I was kidding.
Wow.
So no, I'm in corn country, but I
Yeah,
get a lot of work
yeah.
done because ain't nothing else to do. So
That's a
yeah.
good
Right.
thing.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm normally from the DC territory. I'm down in Alabama now, the Alabama territory for right now, right on the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, but we were just talking about relationships, brother. Just what I'm saying, in lieu of how many people would feel comfortable with having like a relationship coach. And we talked about that a little while ago. Um,
Yep. And then we
'Cause
slipped into the eighth house.
talking about some astrology and whatnot. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yeah,
we
Yes, sir.
have
that
to, and that's perfect. Eighth house is exactly, folks don't want to talk about that. Secrets.
yeah.
That's what else it rules, right? So you for real.
Yes. Yeah. Right. 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 Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And we really do need, and it's always stuff you really do need to talk about. But nah, I'm gonna let it build up, and then I'm gonna lash out, and then I'm gonna run away and wonder why don't nobody like me. Scorpio.
What how I want to ask this question? Is there a part in relationships in dealing with relationships that should be kept private or secret for yourself, or should everything be totally transparent? That's a good question.
uh, After marriage, nope, because you're supposed to be one flesh, right? I mean, again, I'm speaking from myself. If you look at my chart is ridiculous, right? Oh, look at
Right.
that. She's just like, what is that? Falls in love at the drop of the hat with everyone, and it's true. And it's like, I'll tell you everything. I'm not going to volunteer it, And it's only
Right, right.
on a need to know. But it's like, no, I don't really like secrets. But I'm not gonna tell all my business either. But if it's somebody like, okay, we supposed to be working together, you got secrets? No, I'm supposed to be. I know all your secrets, and that's the secret. That's just to be it. That's it. It's between us, right? I mean, and then speaking from my experience, if you can find somebody like that, wow, yeah, hold on to them, right? Because I've been lucky. I'm not gonna go too deep into it because they might be listening, but they know who they are, and it's just like his entire chart is in my 8th house, and it's ridiculous. And we've known each other for a while, and it's just like, nope, nope. You know, it's one of those things. If you don't do it right, you will die. You know, so. But it's worth it. It's also worth it. Like childbirth, I guess it is. You know,
Okay,
which
let me ask
8th
you this.
house. What is 8th house? That's the genitals, right? You
True,
will
true.
die. Is it worth it? Better be. You know. So.
Um,
Are you okay?
I'm
Well,
well. Brother, did you want to respond to that before I said something? Do you want to
No, no,
respond
no.
to that?
I'm just taking notes, bro. Like I love
All right, all right.
astrology. I love
Yes, another one.
relationships,
See?
So like, whenever I hear relationships and astrology in the same sentence, I start taking notes.
That's what's
Yeah,
up. That's what's up. Yeah, help
absolutely.
somebody.
Yeah.
Because we need it. For real. That's
Oh
why we
man, I
here.
can only help
That's why
myself. They
we
don't listen to
here.
me. They
Because I
don't listen
mean,
to me.
nation building. That's what that's why we doing this,
Absolutely.
right? First, let's
Absolutely.
find our
Absolutely.
coordinates, and then the bluest eye, right? I think that's the book, but it was in the first chapter. They were talking
Yes.
about how
Yeah.
the angels are trying to find each other, but can't find each other because of all this darkness and all this mud. But
Yeah.
if we can just shine our light, just shine your light. First, you got to find your light. How do you find
Right.
your light? And then once you shine it, y'all can. It's like looking at an apple tree. Once you see one, you gonna be able to see them all,
Right.
right?
Right.
So,
Right.
yo,
I
That's facts.
to me, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing. That's facts.
Yeah. For me, I as a young Leo, when I was Simba, if I could say it like that, I believed in total, like, it is like, everything all in. And then I learned when you put all in and you cut people off that that meant something to you for whatever reason. And I'm
Mm,
gonna say it slowly. I'm gonna say it slowly.
uh-huh.
When
I think
when
I
you
understand where
say
you're going.
forsaking all others, yes, but I'm saying, but this was my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like at one point in life, I wouldn't have made it through without this person. I don't need to be in no dark corners with this person. I don't need to be intimate with this person, but this person, I have a connection with them for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And when you cut them off, and then you try to deal with this one person, and then you and that person get separated or severed, and you go back and turn to the people in the world that you used to have, and they be like, "Hey, nah, you cut me off, remember? Nah. You get real lonely. You get real lonely. Like, wait, I didn't. Yeah, you cut your whole life off, and I don't know how. I don't know if I want to use the word
Really?
why.
That's what marriage is?
Yeah, like you.
Oh no. When I say secrets, it's like, okay, I have my boy or let me speak for myself. I have my girl. I might even have my guy, right? But you my
Okay.
man. And there's stuff like my son is in the 8th house. So I I have no secrets. I have other people's secrets. Right? People tell me all kinds of crazy stuff and I keep
When you
their
say your son,
confidences.
wait, hold on, I gotta cut you
Huh.
off. When you
Go
say
ahead.
your son is in the eighth house,
Right.
oh, you okay? Gemini's in the eighth house. Your Gemini. You said your Gemini's in the eighth house.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
go. I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Because Gemini, my eighth house starts in Taurus, but if you, I go by degrees. All right.
Okay.
And I meant to mention that tangent from last week when you were talking about your brother or your friend who's also Leo, but he doesn't have those issues that you have with
Right.
Leo moons. You have to
Right.
look at the degrees. How close are they?
Yes.
You can't just go by sign. All right. You got to look
Right.
at the degrees. And then even that, you know, you could tell what's going to happen, where it's going to happen, who going to be involved by the degrees.
Right.
All right. I mean, it works. It works. I'm still practicing, but from what I've learned so far, oh yeah, it gets deep. So, yeah, my eighth house starts in Taurus, but because of the degrees, Gemini is up in there. Even though Gemini
Okay.
rule, my ninth house starts in Gemini. So okay, my ninth house starts at. I'm looking at my chart because I have one on the wall. My ninth house starts at 12 degrees Gemini, right?
Okay.
My sun is at 3 degrees Gemini, which is the eighth house. That's the end, towards the end of the eighth house. Because the
Okay.
eighth house spans from, let me look at this thing. I'm just looking at it. My eighth house spans from 12 degrees Taurus to 11 degrees Gemini. And then my ninth house is 12 degrees Gemini to 17 degrees Cancer, or 16 degrees.
Okay.
And then my 10th house starts at 17 degrees. Does that make sense? So if
I got.
somebody says, yeah, you know, my moon is in Leo, right? In the
Right.
10th house ruled by Cancer. That's how that happens. Because you're looking at that. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
You gotta
If
look
your
at, I mean,
Leo's in the
just
10th
like
house,
when
that means
longitude and latitude, you gotta look at those degrees, right?
I'm saying, if you got Leo in the 10th house, that means you got an extra exalted personality. Then, like you,
My
that's that.
10th house is the owner of my 10th house is Cancer because it starts in Cancer.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay. Okay.
then
Okay.
before it closes out, Leo is in some of those degrees. Like half of it is
Okay.
in Leo, but the first half
Okay.
is in Cancer, so that's who rules it, right? Leo's in the back.
Mm.
So yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, my
Okay.
moon is in Leo, but the house that it's in is ruled by Cancer. It's because of those
Okay.
degrees. It's because of the
All right.
degrees.
All right.
So I don't like attention. I hate phones. I don't no. I shun the spotlight, right? Even though I have a Leo moon. And I get attention. I run from it. I just don't like it. It's just like it makes me really uncomfortable, you know. So yeah. But it's, I guess
Like
it's because
attention makes
it's
you
ruled
uncomfortable.
by, yeah, it's ruled by Cancer. It's at the top of the chart, but it's ruled by Cancer. What does Cancer rule? Privacy.
Right. Right.
So I'm just like, man. But thank you, eighth house sun, for keeping me hidden. You know, I'm all over the place. People can see everything I do, but good luck finding me. And I'm not hiding. I'm not hiding. I'm not perfect. I'm not purposely hiding. I'm just hidden. I'm in the middle of
Mm.
nowhere. I don't know how I ended up here, right? And this is like, well, this is another stop because I move around a lot, and I'm always not purposely, you know, and I'm always provided for and taken care of, and I'm always in the middle of nowhere. It's like, what is going
Wow.
on the edge of stuff, you know? Like, yeah, we found the town she in. Where is she? Where is she? I'm on the borders. Look on the borders. Look on the borders. All right. It's really because of that eighth house thing. You can't find me, you know,
Okay.
even though everything I do is exposed. You know, my career, my love for the people, it's all out there. 10th house, high noon. All right.
So
But good luck finding
in
that
terms
person.
of the secrets,
Mhm.
you were saying we were talking about the secrets in terms of like having friends. No, that's not how we were saying that.
Oh no, yeah, that's
And
what I was asking.
right, right.
How I didn't realize once you get married, if I understood what you just said, you cut people off.
I
I'm
did at
wondering
first when I was
if
younger.
that's why I'm having the issues I'm having, because I refuse to I won't let my people go. I won't do it, right? Especially if I met them first. Oh, if I met
Right.
them through you, because it. Okay, let's go back to the houses. I have my nodes in my uh what are those called? Angular houses. First,
Okay.
fourth, seventh, 10th. It's a cross, right?
Okay.
Your first and seventh, that's you and other, and then the other one is 10th and fourth, house and public. And
Right.
they
Okay.
yeah, so if you have your nodes in those four, because they're always opposite of each other, you have a karmic life. Everybody that comes into your life is meant to be there, right? You better
Mm.
grab, just go with it and see where it goes. Because I'm just like, how did you, for instance, I don't know how you found that beta reader thing. I took it down.
Oh, for real?
I took it down, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Oh,
Okay, sure, I still do that. I'm like,
yeah, yeah. I needed
how
that. I
did you
needed that
find
therapy.
that's how did you find me? So if you can find me, okay, what we supposed to be doing together, right? And then I knew it's like when I was done with the review of your book, I'm like, I don't feel done, and look where we
Wow.
are.
Okay. Okay. I
So
got you.
no, that's
Got
that eighth. Oh, and then that too. Those are karmic houses too. First, seventh. No, not seventh. I'm sorry. 12th, 10th, and 8th are karmic houses. And I got a bunch of stuff in 10th and 8th, right? So everybody that comes into my life is like, I just
you.
gush.
Say 12,
They say,
12,
oh, you're
10th,
so
and
intense.
8th are karmic houses.
They're karmic houses, yes. And I know you got your sun in your 8th. When you said, what is that? Virgo ascendant, Virgo moon, and
Yep.
Leo sun, like, 12th
Yep.
house sun. He got secrets. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I saw that. And that
And
kind
I'm
of
not gonna ask either. I don't know. Some
no,
things
because
I don't need to know.
no,
For
hey, serious. I'm gonna be real with you. I started thinking myself, like, wait a minute, what am I hiding? Like, for real, like I didn't know when I read that, like, wait, what am I hiding right here? What is the part that I'm hiding? Like, where are the secrets coming from?
Maybe they
But
other people's secrets. That
I
happens
do
too.
have, I have a ton of those. I'm a good listener. You know what I'm saying? I'm a sucker for a good story. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you
I like
go.
I like a good story. I think that has something to do with me being a writer, a journalist, and I just like stories. You know what I'm saying? I like, and Geminis have the best stories. Geminis always have, because they're adventurous. It's Sagittarius because they're adventurous. They don't mind trying and going and doing doing what other people may not want to. So when you say karmic houses, excuse me, you said no. You said you know that these people when you come across them, they're there to stay. Is that you saying that's a karmic house, or how do you
Oh
recognize like?
no, this is me. This is just
Okay,
speaking for me.
okay,
But okay, speaking for me, if you come into my life again because of that eighth house place, oh, and Jupiter's right there too, so it's exaggerated, you know.
okay.
Um, if you can find me, I know you're supposed to be in my life. That's
I
how my
got you.
chart,
Okay, all right,
my
all
chart
right.
works.
Okay, I got you.
I don't know
I
how
got
long,
you.
that reason, season, lifetime thing. I don't know,
Right, right,
because
right.
the person that helped me start Califa Media, what was the last thing I said to him? I called him an impotent fat ass with an Oedipus complex. So he was there
Whoa.
for a season, Never heard from him again.
Yo, okay, all
And
right.
he helped me start this. So, and
That's
I knew
Gemini,
it's like,
man.
yo, I came to him and it was at the end of the world, like, okay, because I was in California, at
Okay.
the for real literal end of the world because they were at a beach party. So I'm like, all right, bunch of Moors at the end of the world. Let me see what I can do with them. Califa Media. So
So
yeah.
that's ill. That Gemini, and I would say that's Gemini. You would say that's the Saturn talking.
No.
You you saying that
That's
to him?
my favorite placement talking. I also have in that eighth house. This gets a little deeper. Um, Lilith. Are you familiar with her?
I've heard it, but tell me what that means in the chart. Right.
Lilith is like from what I understand, the scary feminine, right?
All right.
For a woman, it's it's the bitch in you, right?
Oh.
For a man, it's that woman you cannot resist it, but you know it's no good for you, and if you give her the chance, she will destroy you. Because Lilith was supposed to be Adam's first wife, because
Yep.
if
I
you
know that
go
absolutely.
back behind, what the Christians said and cut out the woman, like, no, every pantheon has where the gods came in pairs to keep
Right.
that balance, Libra
Absolutely.
ascendant, I dig balance, right? So yeah, they all came in pairs. Even Adam and who was that? Adam and Seth, they were
Mm-hmm.
twins that came with
Mm-hmm.
sisters. So yeah, so Lilith was Adam's equal, basically his balance. And he tried to sit on her, and she was like, no. And that was the woman who almost destroyed him. So God, because she was too smart, so God had to take her out the garden. And she created all these children, all these daughters that were just bent on like taking down men. See the Lilith fair, So
You
that's
started to
the
laugh
woman you
after you
supposed to
said
stay
that.
away from. But that's the bitching woman. So my Lilith is exactly conjunct my sun in the 8th house. So yes, I will take your skin off with my tongue. And I won't have a problem with it, you know. And
That's scary.
people around me tend to enjoy it. It's usually kind of funny. Not to the person I'm doing it to, but hey, don't start, won't be none. I'll come in peace. But we could
Okay.
go there.
Okay. 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 I'm gonna let you.
Yes, I have a sword. Her name is Lilith. She's a Gemini.
That
No, I'm
sounds
not
like
laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing to keep from killing you. That's the 8th house part.
okay. Well, see that, but see that's even stranger if you say that, because now it's like the laughter is not out of ha ha he. It's like I'm plotting on you, ha ha, like a crocodile tears.
Not in this case. Here, no, I'm chill. You're safe. Don't worry about it. Nah. No, oh no, and I'll give full disclosure. I'll let you know. It's like I don't want to compare myself to a dog, but growling. You're getting close. If you don't stop, here is exactly what's going to happen.
I got you.
Okay, last warning. Here we go. I will
Okay.
write it down for you to avoid this, because I know what I will do. And if I do it, it's, what is that? Acrimonious. Endings are acrimonious, you
Okay.
know.
Okay. Let me ask you. Let me ask
So,
you this. Let me ask you this. As it relates to relationships, because you have a knowledge of this. You don't have to answer this. First of all, it could just be a rhetorical question. But because you have a knowledge of this in your chart as it relates to relationships, do you purposely tone this down when you meet somebody new, or do you just let it rip? Do you just say, "Hey, it is what it is"?
oh no, I tone it down. No, 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 no.
Ah,
That's like somebody with a
okay.
really, really violent temper. You better check yourself. You're the only one that can do it. You know. Oh no, I
Yeah.
have a terrible. I've been in those fights where you black out and you wake up and you look and somebody's laying in front of you. You know. And it's never. And I try. I come in peace. I really do. But I'm from Chicago. So I had to ride the bus. All that kind of crazy stuff. I know how to take care of myself, and I will. But the Libra thing. But what's the other side? Aries, right? You got to
Yes.
always.
Yes.
Now I got to pull from the other side, right? Your fault, because I tried to compromise. I'm
You
here to
you you
compromise.
need you need a big bear hug. That's what you need right there. Just a
Who, me?
big hug. Yes, it's a
I
big
need a
hug.
punching
Hey,
bag. That's what I need.
no, 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 no. Seriously,
No,
seriously.
not like a person, like a real one, because I like to work out. That'll complete my gym. That's
You,
also how
you,
I deal with it. I work out, so.
brother, did you want to cut in and say anything? Please.
You said please.
Nah, like I said,
You're like,
like I
no,
said,
I'm
man,
good.
I'm just taking these notes, bro. Like I said, I
Um,
study astrology, so I'm just listening. I've been
Hey,
focusing a
that's
lot
what's up.
on the seventh house. You
Mm.
know, so I had a lot of seventh house activity lately. So that's pretty much where I've been at.
okay.
Oh,
You say
what's your? Oh, go ahead.
seventh house activity?
Yeah, seventh house. This a lot of the well, I mean, some of the planets that's transiting coming out of retrograde right now. They was
Right, right.
transiting those
Yeah.
houses seven, like 5, 6, 7, 8, and was that Saturn was retrograde and
That's right. Yeah, it's
Gemini
just
something
coming
like that.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about to
Yeah.
come out. Yep.
Yeah.
So I've been,
Yeah.
just watching all that stuff for real, because it's like a lot of learning experiences all at one time,
Oh
and
yeah.
like for me, it was a lot of relationship learning experiences. The way my chart is, it was hitting in the houses that y'all talking about. So it's funny that I even came in here and y'all was already on the eighth house like that, because
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
that's where
yes.
Because
everything
that's where
happened
everything
at.
gotta watch those transits. Like, oh God, this is
Yeah.
Yep,
horrible. What's coming out? What's
yep,
this next wave gonna look like?
yep.
That's what I'm
And
doing.
Yeah.
Cause
that's exactly what I'm doing right now.
Saturn's moving out of my fourth house and into my fifth house. And it's just
Mm,
like, oh my, it's gonna get, because I have children. So it's like, oh,
right.
okay, they're in my house and they're becoming difficult. So now first my house is difficult. Okay, they're difficult. And now the children house is going to be difficult. This is going to get worse. Okay, I gotta downsize or something. Like, what's going on? Oh no, because it's funny you say you got all these transits in your seventh, and they're all
Yeah,
in my first.
natally,
Oh, it's so
natally,
horrible.
they in my fifth, and
Okay.
that's like, yeah, it's pretty wild. But like with the way they moving right now, going through the seventh and the eighth for me, it been, for me, it's a good time.
Okay.
Perfect time to be even having this Mercury retrograde right now to reevaluate relationships and
Right.
different
Yes,
things
sir.
like that
Yes,
right
sir.
now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I've been at, just watching these planets transit the seventh and eighth house for me, and appreciating the moment that I have to reevaluate.
Absolutely.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't hear
What is
that. You
that?
don't hear that
Retrograded
often.
Libra. Yup. This is perfect. Yup.
I'm a
I mean,
Libra
perfect for
too, so
everybody else. I'm not in
Oh,
there
are
right now.
you a
I'm a
Libra?
Libra rising. I'm not
oh,
liking it. It's
where
going
my
Uh,
mom's
right.
is a Libra rising.
It's going right
wow.
over
Okay. Okay.
the exact degrees of my ascendant. It's like, God, please stop. Like, what's going
Wow.
on?
Wow.
Stuff shutting down. It's like, okay, okay, okay. Deep breath. This too shall pass. It really will pass. It's
Big,
gonna be
Wow.
big
till
time.
November, but it'll pass. So, yep.
That's where
Wow.
she a Libra rising too. And it's
Hmm.
crazy. Big time Libra
Yeah, is
energy
her
all
life
week.
chaotic?
All week. Not as well because like I usually be on Clubhouse, and like I did a room with the new moon on Libra on Monday the 6th.
Hmm.
Unintentionally, and like just everybody that ended up being in it was just all Libras, some Taurus, a lot of Venusian energy. It was
Uh-oh.
dope.
Mm.
That's what's
So like,
up. That's what's up.
What?
Oh, that sound. Oh, I wish I could have been there. All
Yeah.
that
so
Venus.
it's
It's
just
the
It's
wild
like
listen.
y'all
now.
actually got to talk, because it's like usually when all that Venus gets in one room, nobody wants to like rustle anything, so they don't talk. It's
Nah,
weird.
it
Wow.
was man.
It's really
We was
weird.
we was there for some hours. Yeah,
Oh,
it
that
was it
sounds
was
so dope.
yeah, it was a dope time. So it's just wild to hear you say that you a Libra rising too. I'm just like, that's just what time it is. Just
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
big Libra energy traveling around right now.
Mm-hmm. Good times. Good time to be Libra. Yeah,
Absolutely.
because and then what's going on right now? Again, because I set it up at the top of the show. We're probably gonna have to add that to the intro, the astro weather. Sun and Mars are conjunct right now in Libra, and Mercury retrograde.
That
And where's
Mars.
the moon? Where's the moon? I can't see it. Somebody took my moon down. Never mind. Wow. See, this is why I keep folks out my room.
The Sag.
My
That's
moon is
right.
gone. Dang.
Oh, okay.
No. My I have a magnetic chart on my wall.
Oh,
Cause
word. Okay.
like a calendar. Oh no, I keep track of every single day. Move that moon. Somebody move my moon, and I can't find it. So I don't know where it is. I think it's in
I
Oh wait, no,
appreciate
it's
you
not.
all. You
It's in
said,
Sagittarius right now.
yeah, that's
That's
what I
what's
was saying.
up.
Sag. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm going. I'm being edified right now with you all discussing the houses. Like this is like a good discussion for me because it's it's still it's lighting the fire for me to what I'm saying, keep getting a better understanding of that. I I learned what I can learn, but that's the further the houses was the part where I was stopping. I couldn't really get so I'm thankful, I'm saying, to sit here and listen to y'all kind of go back and forth on it. So I'll catch up.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
catch up.
exactly. It's like listening,
Yeah,
learning a new language for real.
yeah,
Like, well,
yes, yeah,
I'm in Japan. Let me just be quiet for now.
yeah, yeah.
What else can I do? I get it
I need
for
that
real.
though.
Yeah.
I need that.
Yeah, that's dope, bro. Like definitely I'm learning too. Like I mean, it's like one of those things like since I started learning, it's like I just like signed up to just never stop. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just like a never ending lesson. Are y'all familiar with human design?
Uh-uh. Not
Because
me.
they actually like it's not a day, like it's just like some dude basically took the I Ching and the astrology and put them together and develop a
Mm.
system. But like the way he speak about life is like as if it's an experiment, like we just
Mm.
go here learning and
Right.
applying things that we learn, looking for greatest results that we could get.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that's how I treat
Absolutely.
astrology.
Yeah, I'm looking into that.
Right.
Writing it down.
Absolutely. Yep. Yep. I'm not even writing it down. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna lose it. Like I know. Like as soon as we get off of here, I'm going right to there. I'm going to find that for real.
Like, oh, we here to play. I can definitely get down
Yeah.
with that.
Right, right.
I need to feel like my ego needs to feel like a little dog. That's what's gonna motivate me. That's that right there. It's like, man, I got to get right. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me watching this game right now, I need to put in a couple hours over here. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing this, you know what I'm saying? So I need sincerely, like I need that, and to help me write as well. But in terms of relationships, um, are you married, brother? How you pronounce your name again?
I'm Sarush.
Sharush. Sharush.
Sarush. Yeah. Nah,
Sharush.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not married. You know. Uh,
You
it's
said he
wild.
got
Like,
some interesting
Was that a
relationship
bad? That was a
dynamics
bad
going on.
question, brother. I apologize,
like,
brother.
yeah, it's
ooh,
like
sore
it's
spot.
wild. I'm not.
Back away.
I
Yeah, I'm trying to
apologize,
figure
brother.
out
I ain't
It's
mean
like
to put you on the
complicated.
spot like that.
how to. Yeah, like it's complicated. Is the simplest form. You know what I'm saying? For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
complicated, but it ain't though. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm
Right, it is, but
learning.
it ain't.
Right. It really.
That's
It,
that
it
air
got.
stuff going on.
It got complicated and then it got real simple. You know what I'm saying? It got real easy.
Right.
I started to learn myself and focus on myself, and you
That's
know,
Yeah.
what's up.
you
Yep.
know what I'm saying. That's when it get easier. So
I've never and like I said, I apologize for that. I wasn't trying to put you on the spot at all, for real.
oh no
I've
no no,
never
it's all groovy over here, bro.
um I've never met a female, a woman, excuse me. Um, my baby sister would jump on me about calling a woman a female. Anything can be a female, but anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Um, I've never met a woman that was dating or dealing with a Libra that she could get a handle on. But there are two signs that I know drive women crazy. It is Gemini and Libra. Always. I don't know what that. And every
Yeah.
dude I know, I'm a Leo, so them dudes always been cool with me. And I'm like, why do y'all? What is it about this? I don't know if if it's harder. I guess as a fire sign, I could deal with air signs easier. But those two signs that are all the women I know that have come and asked me questions, those two signs, especially Libras, like I don't know what to do with this guy. Like I can't figure him out.
That's a fact. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
wild because like getting to my age now and learning what I'm learning now, I feel
yeah.
like women could definitely be talking about me like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
Okay,
I'm a
right,
Libra
right.
sun and a Gemini moon. And
Oh
like,
Oh
God.
my god.
right,
God, not another one.
Yo,
right. And I just found myself.
yo.
Oh,
So it's like,
wait, stop for a second. This makeup right here is too dope. Leo, Gemini, Libra, and we got each other's stuff in each other's chart. Go ahead.
Yeah,
that's
yeah. It
lit.
is
Pretty
That's
dope.
lit.
crazy. Yes, crazy.
I,
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
real.
I'll throw it in there. I'm a Cancer rising, so I'm ruled by the moon. So
Hey,
Oh, that's what's up. My son's a Cancer
hey.
rising.
yeah, it's fun.
Mm.
That's it's a
And
little too
like,
chill for me, but yeah, I can get down with that.
What?
Cause
very
like he
chill.
makes me he makes me go to
Give me
sleep.
some
Like I was just
science on
talking.
that.
Right,
Give me
right.
some science on the Cancer rising. What is that? What is?
Uh, well, you know, Cancer is considered like the mother sign, the
Right,
Right.
right,
nurturer, you know.
Right.
right.
So for a rising sign for me, I would say, you know, like we are very chill.
Okay.
We do offer that sense of security and safety.
Right.
Uh, you know, and I mean, for me personally, like, you know, I learned that like the crab likes to, you know, be in their space, in their
Yes.
abode, you know. So
Right.
I
Right.
learned what that was like, you know, growing up until like, you know, manhood where it's like, yeah, I need my own space because I'm, you know,
Right.
that
Okay.
type of person, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
so yeah, it's the Cancer rising is dope. The illest part that I've been, like I said, these planets transit in my seventh, eighth house now. So that's Capricorn on my descendant, you know, and
Mm.
you know, that's an earth sign. So it has
Yeah.
like that that seriousness and that
That
will and drive
The
gravity.
and
grounding. Yeah. I
dedication.
must say
Yeah.
grounding. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
grounded to
Yeah.
like seventh house is like what romantic relationships, business relationships, or what
Mm.
hidden enemies they say, or
Hmm.
public enemies
Public
or hidden
enemies, yeah.
enemies.
Mm.
Like
Visible entities, yeah.
yeah, so like yeah, so it's like job, will, and determination, you know, for all of that. And
Right.
yeah, I mean,
Mm.
the Cancer rising, it has been something to identify with growing up for sure. I wish I knew astrology my entire life. It would have made being
Absolutely,
a
brother.
Cancer
Say that,
rising,
man. Yes.
like
Yes.
younger Cancer rising is weird. You know, like nobody can really understand. I was misunderstood as a Cancer rising. Everybody thought I was a Libra, but like I
Mm.
was really a Cancer the whole time. So
Okay.
like,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, it's wild. But shit,
Cancers. I read a book some years ago called Sextrology, and it's a very good book. It's written by this Caucasian, you know what I'm saying, and one of his, I don't know, a lady friend or whatever. But the book's pretty precise, but it gives everybody like a little term that goes with it. So like the Leo was the natural, the Gemini was the gift, and when it talked about Cancer, the Cancer male was the player, You know what I'm saying? And so listen. Let me tell you something
Oh,
funny.
really? I got to go talk to somebody.
Listen. Let me tell you something funny, bro. Listen. What I just I just got married again. A couple 2 years this November 1st. Most of the dudes that were standing next to me, most of them was cancers. I didn't even realize that. Like I never knew. Like like you know what I'm saying. They was most of them cancers, and all of them pretty much got that in them. You know.
Right.
Sadly, they would try to say that I was probably the biggest of them all, but I wouldn't. Because they the Leo thing, the the pride, but I don't pay no attention to that. It's just things people say about Leos. What's that?
I'm sorry, that's
What's
really
that?
funny.
Right? Why is
Things people say, right? Just don't look or listen.
but
All good for real.
I do know, but I haven't heard of Cancer Rise. So thank you for giving some info at that. I don't know if I know anyone that's a Cancer Riser though, so I appreciate that. Yeah.
Well,
I'm a
Cancer
Virgo
riser.
riser
You said a
myself.
Libra sun.
yeah,
Yeah,
Libra Sun,
Man,
Gemini
Gemini
Moon.
wow. You don't like lie to people, do you? I'm not gonna
Nah, I
lie.
mean,
Gemini
they
men
say
are the
they say
devil.
like
They
they
really
say like
are.
they say like we lie for good reasons or you know. But one thing that I learned when I turned 25, I started practicing telling the truth all the time anyway. Like regardless, I just was like, I'm gonna just tell
Good.
the truth. Just I'm on the strength, and
right.
it's wild because people can't really tell the difference.
That's what I
Like,
meant. That's why I asked, because I'm like, okay, Cancer, rising, so
hmm
automatically puts people at ease. It's like talking to a bowl of like chicken soup, right? And then the Libra,
Wow.
you said
Good
Libra sun, right?
analogy.
yeah,
You
Right.
said Libra sun.
yeah.
So okay,
Uh-huh.
who's that guy? Roger Moore. He's who
Roger
I think
Moore.
when I think the first the who's that 007
The
James
Okay,
Bond from the
yeah,
okay,
80s.
yep,
Yeah.
yep,
Martin James Bond.
Yeah.
yep.
He's a
Yeah.
Libra. That's who I
Okay.
think when I think Libra. Women don't stand a chance. I'm just like, oh my, please let this. You could do some real damage to women if you wanted. I'm like, okay, good
Right.
thing he got that L
Telling
on
you.
him.
I'm
And then
telling you,
the
yo.
Gemini moon. Oh, I'm just like, oh my
I'm
God.
telling you, yo.
This dude is like, wow. He's just like, I'm
I'm
sorry, you be a
telling you.
pimp. That kind of thing.
I was
Listen.
gonna say I'm
I'm
not
just
even
being
gonna give you
straight
house
up. It's like,
placements
and
yet.
not even on purpose. You know, supposed to just be like willingly handing themselves over type of thing. But if you
Yes.
did do it on purpose, it's like, oh Lord, Don, what's that guy
Yeah.
name? Bishop Don Magic Wand type of thing.
Yep. Yep. But from my experience, the brothers they always had money. They were magnetic when it came to money, and they always dressed fresh. I'm talking about fresh. I'm talking about
What the Libras?
yes,
Yeah, they
and
Venus.
Gemini.
Yeah, Venus.
Yeah,
Shoot.
and
Yeah, the
Gemini. You know
Venus.
what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's hard. You know what I'm saying? You keep yourself together. You driving good. You fresh. And your conversation is on point. You can't get a Gemini male upset about much or nothing. Like from what I can tell, like they don't really move.
Disagree.
Yeah,
Nah,
I was gonna
so
say we
In
get
my
passionate with our
experience, but
words
I
for
tend to bring
sure.
the crazy out of people, so there's that part. I got no, because I got that Scorpio thing, right?
okay,
Scorpios bring
all right.
yeah, my sun is in the eighth house, is Scorpionic, right? So if I come against a Gemini, wow. Yeah, I don't Gemini males get that they're where the bad reputation for Geminis come from. For real.
Wow.
They really
Yeah, that's
and
facts.
guess who said that? A Gemini male. What's his name? Peace Dealer on YouTube. Yeah, he's a Gemini. He the one that said it. He feel bad for the
Wow.
Gemini women because the Gemini men are running it for him. Sun, Gemini sun, not moon. No,
Go
because
ahead, bro.
That's why.
But I don't, you know, personally, I think that for my nephews as they were coming up, I made sure that they understood what the sun sign was, if nothing else. And all of them now have, like I told you last week, all of them have baby mamas. All of them they chose baby mamas just compatible. They didn't marry them, but they at least found those that were like, they can halfway get along with. So I was kind of proud about that.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't want to even deal with the charts at all, and you can't go to war without no weaponry.
Or a
You
map.
can't deal. Yeah, you can't deal with people off the cuff. I'm just gonna go and I don't care what they. Why you keep asking me what their sign is? I don't care. They. Okay, so what do you care about? Like what? I mean, you gonna glean something from their conversation that's gonna make you know them better? Like I don't. Yeah, I don't give people some time, man. But it is what it is.
And this is why I limit this discussion to Moors. Because I
Yeah.
mean, right there, you calling yourself a Moor, your mind is open, right?
Yes. Yeah. That's
You
true.
have to. One of our commandments, if you want to call it that, is know thyself. How you gonna do that?
Yeah.
Sitting there meditating ain't
Absolutely.
gonna get it. You got to actually study yourself. Open a book to do it and figure it out. And then we're in a really good position because astrology is older than any religion, and
Yep.
we're the furthest from when it started. So we get to benefit from the trials and the observations of the last what
Yeah.
5,000 years at the minimum.
Yep. Yeah.
So why wouldn't you want to know? It's like you can really dig into some stuff. Like, oh boy, don't get me started on the Vedic stuff, because they break your chart. I think it's 12. It's at least 12 more additional charts based on those planets and and then based on the houses, some crazy stuff. And yeah.
I just the Vedic chart. I have like my first, my sun, moon, Mercury, Venus, and I think all the first four like all in Leo,
Mm-hmm.
like off the break. And I thought that was crazy. And then I had like the Aquarius and Capricorn and Mars. But when I read through that chart for that one, I guess it sounded pretty precise.
You got to be careful with that because you can't
Yeah.
read a Vedic chart and you can't look at a Vedic chart and read a Western astrology book.
No. It
Yeah.
was it was a it was a Vedic book. It was a
Oh, it
Vedic
was.
book.
Oh, okay, good, good, good.
Yeah, yeah,
And it was
yeah, yeah.
because
It was a Vedic
it's
book.
crazy how it's pretty close. And even
Yeah,
Vedic astrology is
yeah,
you can stay with Western because it's really close. But
yeah.
if you actually gonna be a real astrologer and you don't have an electronics and you look up, their stuff is right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So right now we just entered into Libra because there was just a new moon. That's how you can tell these calendars are messed up because how long has the month started when you saw the new moon? That's what it is, the new
Right.
moon right
Right.
there. You
Right.
know.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Right.
no, it just started a couple of days ago. So
Mm.
again, our stuff is off, but I'm kind of inclined to stick to it just because that's what our people use to set this whole thing up that we're trying to get out of. So
Makes
yeah.
sense.
So
That
yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
So as a goal for next week, what will we want to focus on? Keep going with the rules, create rules.
Oh, we have rules. No, I'm not. No, I'm not trying to do anything outside of what was already left for us. That's just me, right? Because the way I look at it, the prophet set everything up where when we finally woke up, that's all we would have to do, right? I'm not trying to be like these package sellers, like, oh, I got a better idea. All right. Well, this man had factories set up, and because I actually looked it up, I looked at the county
Absolutely.
records and saw everything he did that disappeared after he left. But at least he did that. All you got right now is paperwork that if something happens, I can't even contact you, right? So he was having
You know,
parades. Have you had a parade yet?
nah, and you know what,
You know what I mean?
bro?
So I'm just gonna go with what he had, and then once we get back to where he left off, then we can start adjusting. Because then we will have earned it. It's like learning how to read. You can bend the rules once you know the rules and you've applied the
Right,
rules,
right. I
right?
got you. I
So
got you. That makes sense.
let's institute some humility and just just use the plan we were left because it looks pretty good to me. So
Institute some humility.
okay,
I got
I
to write
mean,
that down. We need to institute some humility.
not modesty, humility. Because folks, modesty is like, oh well, um, I just don't like attention. That's modest. Humility is like, okay, I gotta admit that I'm in a bad position right now. I could stand a lot of room for improvement, you know. So yeah,
Where is
humility.
your Mercury? Where's your Mercury in your chart, sir?
Who me?
What's that?
Yeah.
Um,
What's your?
Mine is in Taurus in the seventh house.
Mm.
So yep. So I
You
guess it's
very
kind of in a good position. Yeah.
yeah. You very good with your words. You're very you slick. You slick with your words. It's fast.
I'm
And
gonna
it's
give
fast.
That credit. I
Yeah,
just use it
it's
for
fast.
good. Right,
Y'all
scorpionic,
know
right
because
to the point.
what I was just saying was, you know, maybe being able to be open to something different and without being disrespectful at all, we're going to institute some humility. That that's like checkmate. Like that's, and I'm not saying you did that to be disrespectful. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying I like how you did it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
very
no, I come in peace. Please remember that.
no,
So
no.
I can go in
I
peace.
got it. I'm saying, but to
Yeah.
think of that off the cuff, I never would have got. It would have took me a minute to come up with those institute some. I'm going to use it though. The next time I get
Hey,
into it, hey, you need to institute
hey,
some
that's what's up.
humility.
Have at it.
As
Have
it
at it.
makes to me right there. Well, I'm giving you attribution now. I'm letting you know now that yeah, so, you
Shoot,
get
take
credit for that right
it.
there.
For real.
But I, what I'm saying, I suppose that would be good. We keep working with that. We keep working with
Hmm.
that for real. Yeah.
So, how about next week we actually like go through the rules,
All right.
right? We'll just go through them
I'm with it.
specifically, you know.
I'm with
Because I
it.
actually
I'm with
went.
it.
Oh, we both have the Sisters Auxiliary book, you know.
Yes.
Because I haven't
Yes.
read it in a while. I'm like, oh snap! It's 11 pages dedicated to called "How to Treat Your Husband." Well, it's not a holy book though. It's like y'all got yours in a holy book. That's crazy. Like, what does that mean?
Well,
I don't know what it means, but it's pretty funny. Like y'all rules are like encoded in scripture. Ours is just in like a little guidebook.
but,
It's like it was. I mean, it's like what? You know.
I think the greater charge, the greater. No, I don't want to say it like that. I don't want to say it like that. I don't want to say it
Say it.
like.
Come on, say it. If you don't mean to be offensive, if the person takes offense, that's their fault.
Um, I expect the brother online with me right now to operate under a certain code because his title is the same as mine, and it's a lot to come with that. So if I'm writing something to edify and even admonish us to say, "Hey, do these things," I'm gonna be specific in how we do those things. I don't know if I'm writing a book like that, if I can do one for women and be precise.
You're right. Yup.
I don't
I
know
get
if
what
I
you're
can be
saying.
precise. I
I
don't
get what you're
know.
saying.
Yeah, but as you know, he should be able to walk up to me, hey, bro, not and without being disrespectful, be able to, you know, impart some wisdom on something. You know what I'm saying? Whatever
Right,
the
right,
situation may be. If I'm out of line, or I hate to say out of line, because what you see what I'm saying? It's like
right.
yeah. But in terms of like, as it relates to doing that to, a woman, like one thing that gets me, please forgive me. Don't When a woman says just be a man,
Oh.
no
Right, but you better
disrespect,
not tell her to be a woman.
no disrespect. But when was the last time you were a man to
Right.
be able to tell me what that looks like? You see what I'm saying? Like those types of things, very touchy, very.
The only way she could say that is if she's a Moor talking to another Moor, because he actually has rules on how he's supposed to act that she can access.
Oh, that was slick. Okay, you got me. That
See
was
that? See
good.
where rules come in handy? But she
Yes.
got
Okay.
rules too. And I'm
Okay.
like, man, while you were talking about that, like he really could way I heard it, where would he get off telling the sisters how to act, right? Because it's like,
Right.
well, yeah, you are the prophet, but it's kind of not your place. But I get it, which is why he had a sister Augustus Bay. She wrote it, and he was like, go for it. And then I'm like sitting here thinking while you were talking, like maybe it's encoded in scripture for y'all because you have such a big duty. Y'all got to save the
I
world.
wanted to say that, but I can't. I didn't want to
You
be
got to
offensive.
save the
But
world. And how you going to do that?
yeah,
But through chapter 20, 21, and 22. Why is it
Which,
3 chapters dedicated to marriage in a row? Like, okay, you didn't hear it the first time. You didn't hear it the second time. Here it is the third time in a row. Y'all got to save the world by saving those sisters. Not save, but look at the picture, right? What's
say
that picture? He was bringing
yeah,
her out of the.
say
I had to do
yeah,
it for
say.
myself. I couldn't wait. I just did it for myself. I drug myself out the cares of the world, right? It's messed up. I did, but it's like, well, my chart kind of let me do it. It really did,
Absolutely, that's what I was about to say. Come on now,
Yeah,
yeah,
all
your
that
chart
dang Aries,
ain't waiting on
golly.
nobody to come
Yeah, I
in.
had enough.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, I'll free myself. I wouldn't advise it for everybody, but it can be done. You know,
yeah,
but I mean, for real, I look at other nations, and that's why their culture is intact because they have somebody dedicating their day to doing that, right?
yeah,
They're
yeah.
preserving their nation by going out and getting the stuff to basically keep her alive. And she's going to keep everybody else alive. She's going to maintain your social contacts, make sure the children know how to keep this going, and all that good stuff. And all you got to do is go hang out at work. Trust me, you would rather be at work than to run a house. And just come home. And if you keep her comfortable, what I know what it was in my house, children gonna be running up at you. You can't get in the door because you covered in children. Mom shoos them away, and you got a plate on the table. That's what my father had. But he worked 2 jobs to make that happen. Actually, he worked a job and had a business to make that happen. And
Oh,
he did that because he had rules. He was a Muslim, you know. And the whole chapter 4, the longest chapter in the Quran, talks about it's called women, right? And it's talking about it's called women, but it's telling men how to maintain women in order to keep your society going. Yeah, it's pretty deep. Longest chapter, which is crazy how these Muslims in the East act. But Muhammad said, yeah, they're gonna be the last ones to get it. So don't look at them. The longest chapter in the Quran is called women. And look how y'all treat them. And then wonder why your situation is so bad. For real, y'all pious Muslims and all this stuff, got all these mosques all over the place. What's going on? And then you look at places like Morocco, it's like, well, and who else? Turkey. They let their women get educated and look how well they're doing. I'm just saying.
I
Societies were built by pushy, educated mothers.
oh, All right. There's no way. It's no response to that. You cannot.
I can only say that it's nothing but power in that coming directly from a woman. And, I just show great gratitude, to be in both of y'all presence,
Oh,
No,
Islam.
bro, no,
We're so glad
no,
you're
but
here. I love that you're
absolutely, brother.
here. You
Yeah,
said
yeah.
it last week,
You
like, oh,
brought
this
hope,
gonna
bro.
grow. You said
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You brought hope, brother. It's good to have
Yeah,
somebody
for
else.
real.
Yeah, yeah, and that fit right in perfectly.
Right, right.
Yeah, I mean, extremely.
Feeling
I
good. I'm just checking in with everybody. The air sounds got to be the host.
it,
Why you keep doing
you're nobody. You are no one to play with, and
yeah, remember that.
no, I'm serious. Like when you, um, yeah, dudes is not ready. You gonna have to really just be lenient. You got to be lenient.
Thank
You got
you.
to be
Could you
lenient.
could you coach me? Yeah.
You gonna have to be lean. I'm saying like really
You said lean?
lenient,
Oh,
lenient.
lenient.
Like just take it down. Just water it down. Just water it down to
I don't
just
know. Maybe I just need a general. I don't know. I'm in search of it. For real. That Mars in the seventh house, I'm in search of a general. It's got to be one out there somewhere. Just one.
That's wild.
you say.
I got Mars and Jupiter in the seventh, but that's my cap. That's wild.
Mars
Mm,
and Jupiter. Oh, so Mars and Capricorn.
Yeah,
You said Mars and Capricorn.
yeah,
So that's the soldier became the general. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, like I said, pimp.
Of course.
he's trouble. I'm
Like,
saying right now.
for real,
My
thank goodness
brother,
you
yeah, my
found your
brother,
way. It's like,
yeah,
ooh.
yeah, yeah. My brother's dangerous right now. He's
Right?
dangerous.
Like, wait a
He's
minute. In the
dangerous.
seventh house, too? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
Or you could be a really good businessman, for real. Like a really good leader. Because, I mean, seventh house ain't just marriage, it's partnerships, business,
Right.
consorting, So, yeah.
I
That's what's
just try
Wow.
up.
to bring it all together, use a little creativity with it, That's all. Just bring people together, really.
That's what's up. Yeah, he
And you
got
say
that
you
cancer rising voice.
yeah, yeah,
Like how I
very,
said, my
very laid
son,
back.
like he put me out.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
mellow and
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
melodious and
yeah.
chill.
Yeah.
I'm no, my son is just like, dude, I gotta go get some coffee. Hold up.
Yeah, that's real right there. You say you were on Clubhouse and you started like a room on there.
Yeah. I was
Excuse me.
I started like this club. I call it Mysticus Scientia Culture. It's hidden information to be kept.
Ooh.
Loose Latin, I'm learning it right now. But
Yeah,
I think we gotta
basically
start a
like
new channel.
yeah, yeah.
yeah, that would
You
be
ever
fun.
notice how they call Latin a dead language, but it's like
It's
Right,
so
how you
ironic.
speak law and science. You got to know Latin,
Right,
and
right,
then it's a
right,
dead people floating around. Just saying.
right. And the fact that every language derives from it anyway. So
Right,
it's
right,
like,
right.
you know, if you speaking right now, it's kind of impossible to not be using it.
right.
But yeah, like we I just started putting it together, really trying to get a couple mystic people together. I'm a real
Okay.
like more like a cult type dude, with
Yes,
like
yes, sir.
astrology and different sciences.
hmm
So
hmm
that's what I was just doing over there.
Yeah,
That's
my Scorpio is in Jupiter, and they said like I will always have a love for In actuality, I don't really care for mundane things for real. Like if I read my chart, like I really don't care for like every day. If it's not like something that is hidden or something that is underneath the surface, it doesn't really interest me. To be honest, like okay, it's okay. Let's just get tired of this. Can we talk about something real? Like so I
Right.
feel you on that. Yeah. Can we
That's
get
a
into
fact.
something real? Yeah, yeah. I really want the
We got
small
a
talk.
I got a message here. I'm a first one for this, so I'm gonna play this real quick, this bubble
All
thing.
right,
So yeah, let me see what
all right.
happens. Okay, play.
Islam wars. So I'm new to learning about astrology and how it, I guess, speaks to my character and how I've been living my life. What I've recently found out is that my sun sign is Aquarius, my moon is a Virgo, and my ascendant is a Capricorn.
Oh boy. Woo!
Mm,
Oh wait. Hey,
okay,
you interested in doing business?
Islam,
For real. For real.
Islam.
Like
Wow,
anything
wow.
electronic, dealing with the reaching out to the public. Oh, yeah, my email is editor@califamedia.com. Please contact me because we gotta talk.
Man,
I
that's
didn't I say
awesome right
it the
there.
other day I was looking for an Aquarius?
Yes, 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 yes.
Crazy.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
That's nuts. That's
Hey,
nuts. That's nuts.
um,
Wow, praise Allah.
right. That's all I can say. Really, that's all. Like, yeah, all praise due.
Dang, that
Like for real.
happened.
Wow. We've been here like this is the third week, and on the third week was like the charm almost. I guess the planets lined
Right.
up.
Oh,
Yeah, the
what
planets
happens if
lined
you
up.
don't give up? If you just trust the process, huh?
Yeah,
And we got another bubble.
absolutely.
Let me see what
Go
this
ahead.
say.
Yeah, see what's
What
going on.
I'm learning is in dating, I think the
Oh, it cut
Okay, so
off.
you got cut off. Yeah, you got cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
people can like actually so they can call in and
Join. They
put
can
the
join
question. Okay,
us.
all right, okay.
Sarush just joined us. Yup. Or they can just chime. They can join in or chime in. Oh, here go another one.
Okay,
This is dope.
okay, all right.
what I get always is that I'm very aggressive and that I'm always trying to take the lead. And I don't know if
Yes.
that's simply because of the Virgo in me, that perfection. I have to have it there. It's a part of my life. I have to. How do you redo this? And I'm sorry
She
if
learning like
I'm
us.
doing this
Nope.
wrong. This is my first time on
Oh
stereo, but
no,
I'm
please,
doing this
no,
because I want to
no.
learn how to get out there and speak to other Moors about how we need
Yes.
to conduct ourselves as women, as men, with
Wow.
our families, with our children. How do we get that message out to the rest of the world?
Well, you found us
Yo,
here, so we start. We do
yes,
it like this, just like this. Start a
yo,
conversation. This is great. What?
absolutely, yeah.
Okay,
We
I'm enjoying this.
absolutely,
but
yo, absolutely.
but to get to her statement, I'm gonna have to say something real quick. All right, back to that thing we were talking about last week with the antithesis. All right,
Right.
I keep hearing this come out. Our women are too aggressive. I feel like I'm too aggressive, and I'm just like, wait a
Oh
minute,
boy.
wait a minute, wait a minute. No. Just hear me out. I am not I'm not trying to hold on to anything because, like I said, I tone it down greatly, right? But I'm just like, just hold on because we're the great secret, right? That if you can keep us in check, you keep the whole world in check. Is it because she's supposed to be in charge? I don't want to be in charge. I have 4 children. I don't want to be in charge. All right. I'm gonna put that out there. But some women are built for leadership. And again, there's the antithesis. So if their thing is patrilineal, ours is probably matrilineal. Their thing is monogamous, our thing is polygamous, right? And why does it have to be where the man? This does not mean the man is subjugated. Back to the lion example. Is anybody gonna call a male lion a punk because the females go out and handle the business? she's demonstrating her strength on of daily, right? No.
Right.
And it's like, are you really trying to get these women who are like making efforts and making moves to tone it down? Right? And it's just like,
Right.
she really is something. How you were talking last week about the Leo moon women and how they just give everything. That's Leo generosity. You really want her to stop doing that? Or maybe it should be the guy needs to level up, right? Because that generosity is like, okay, here, take my stuff. And then if he's a good guy, he's going to take it and spread it around, hopefully, right? But, niggas don't do that. But I'm just like, dang, I keep hearing this. All
right.
these women, all these powerful women. It's like, dang, are we really don't be I'm not saying be masculine, but are we really trying to get them to dim their power?
I don't forgive me. Brother, you want to speak to that first?
Bro.
You sure? Okay, all right. It's not that. And these particular women here, like I said, it's 5 different ones that I know. All of them are in the same book, in the same position. And they all are uber aggressive. and when things don't move like they want them to, then they hurl insults. Puts you in another trick bag. So first of all, you already like, I'm trying to just deal with you, and then you start hurling insults. It's like, yeah, you canceled yourself. And then once you realize that you've been canceled, then this soft, oh no, well, let me just do whatever you want me to do now.
See there?
Now
Are we
you
talking
set
about black
yourself.
folks again?
No. Well, yes, yes, we are. But quickly you put yourself in a trick bag. Once you put yourself against the man as an enemy, and then you turn around and start acting nice. Now you
Right.
kind of put yourself in for me to really use you. If I really don't like you, if I don't have a heart, then I'm really going to I can take advantage of that. I'm just that's real game. I wouldn't lie to you, but that is the games that niggas play. Absolutely. Anyway,
No, that's fine. Let me know. Shoot. Like, hey, that's a landmine right there. Thank you.
yes,
For
absolutely.
real.
We got something else in the bubble. You got something else in another question, I think.
Yeah, let's see what they said.
For myself. So I run my house according to strict guidelines. As long as everything is in order and everything runs smoothly, I'm good. But as soon as something steps out of that line, that's when I'm anxious. I can get aggressive to get things back in line. So what I'm trying to do is, I even found that my polarity apparently is 70% masculine and 30% feminine. It's almost, it's like a second nature to just step up.
Right.
All right. Oh, wait, we got one more, but I think I got a response.
Appreciate that tidbit. That's game for real.
That's what's up. But how about this? And this is a thing. You got Virgo in your chart. Do not apologize for wanting to have things in a particular order.
Yeah.
Because the world needs that. All right. And this is your living space we're talking about. Now, we're dealing with people of a certain age who have been living by themselves and are kind of in their ways. And Aquarius is a fixed sign. So good luck. Right? Some fights you just like, nah, this ain't going nowhere. Right. So this is a thing. She's just making the case for polygamy. Right. In polygamy, the man sometimes does not have a house. His wives have houses. One of my favorite shows, I don't know if you all saw it, is Big Love. It's kind of old. It's talking about it's a series it's about Mormons. But if you watch this show, it's Moorish science through and through and through. Man, maybe we should do a movie. Maybe we should do a movie night and watch them. Watch a couple of episodes and then let folks take it from there. Because this brother had it where he's a Mormon, right? So first of all, they had their stuff set up where you are a Mormon. You're in our temple. What do you want to do? Oh, you want to be, in this guy's case, you want to be a construction guy? Cool. We're going to set you up in construction, and all the other Mormons will only come to you for business. That's how you're going to sustain yourself, because we're going to put some women in charge under you. And you will not be paying taxes because your business will be consecrated to the temple, and we will make you the agent for that business. Nothing could happen without your say so. It's just owned by the temple, not the church, right? So in this case, he's a construction guy building for Mormons who need houses. Why do you need so many houses? The women want their own house to keep down on the friction. So they get these plots of land, and they'll have, in this case, he had 3 houses, and they were had one plot in the middle where the children could all meet together. And he would just go from house to house to house to house. And it was only 3 of them, right? And they all had their assigned nights. They all had grown up like this, so they were into it, right? And his first wife, had picked out the other 2. And those women, their houses, his first wife, he had met her in college or something, so she was cosmopolitan. And then the second one was the daughter of their prophet, right? Because they earn prophethoods up there. That's they get ranked and all that. So she was the daughter of their prophet. So she was real traditional and marmy, with the homemade dresses and all that stuff. And then the third one was some little girl they just found somewhere, and they helped her out and gave her a house and made her part of their family. They basically saved the girl. Everybody had their home kept exactly the way they wanted it. Was no friction, right? And I'm just isn't that how else would the Moors have been able to have harems and keep these women happy? They had to give them their own space. Sometimes that's all women want. Sometimes that's what all men want. Give me my space, and please be available when I want some company. Right? Right? For real.
I feel like y'all reading my chart right now.
Oh, that's what's up, Libra. Oh, getting hand claps. Yeah, this is dope. I'm loving this. This is what's up. But I mean, for real. And then it's look how well the Mormons are doing. That's a picture I drew a long time ago. I got to put it out. How well they're doing applying our science.
Yeah.
What would it look like? They're applying our science on our land, and look what they're getting. What would it look like if we were applying our science on our land? I think about how they only get 33 degrees. We get as many as we can keep until our head stops spinning. What would it look like if we start applying our own science? Polygamy is part of it. It's part of it. It really is, right? And me, what I wouldn't give for a sister wife so I could work. I can cook. I got stuff to do though. Could you cook? And I'll take care of this, and he's protecting us. That kind of thing. And he getting on my nerves. You got to deal with him tonight. And then it's okay, you step out one toenail out of line. Who you got to deal with, sir? You got to come home with the 2 of them. That keeps people honest, don't it?
Oh man.
And then when they man, I'm getting tired of doing this. Let's go find another wife. It's no, you can't bring them home. And the wives bring them home. For real.
That's the psychology that's so important. So it's
talk to me.
When y'all get tired of doing it, then y'all go find her. That's literally
the psychology. So let's find somebody that fits that slot, right? And if you get lucky, I used to see this happen in the masjid. The woman will approach you and be like, your husband seems like a good guy. Would you all be interested in welcoming a sister wife into your home? Let me think about this thing that's part of our culture that's not out of left field at all. You know, like shoot, I could stand to, have a couple of hours to myself a day instead of like, dang, I gotta go. I for real gotta go hide in the closet in order to get a minute. Look, another adult. For real, it ain't gotta be about sex. Because I mean, the Prophet Muhammad, Aisha, wasn't Aisha? Yeah. Oh, he married her when she was 6, and she stayed at home until she was like 9. Her to his home, there was another woman there that he had married just so she wouldn't be out there as some widow trying to fend for herself. And she raised Aisha. I think she was older than Muhammad. Do you think she let him do what people suspect he did with that 9-year-old girl? No. I highly doubt it.
That is literally a projection of who they are.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely, bro.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We got a bubble. Hold on.
Yep.
Wrap my mind around polygamy. And to me, sharing my partner I wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, I hate to say it, but you're gonna be by yourself. Because unless you are okay with going outside, which do that. That's fine. That is fine. It's like I always say, I don't understand why people get married and cheat when somebody would have gotten down with them like that, right? You could have found a partner who would have been willing to swing with you, but you got right up front. I can't. This don't work for me. That's fine, But Moorish males are gonna be at a premium in a minute. So yeah, unless you like stellar and you really got something going on, you might have to share or go get somebody else. Cause I mean, niggas like no thanks, no. But Moorish men, they're dope, and it's plenty of them, and they're going to have the resources to. I guess I'm just looking at it different. I mean, I was actually raised in this culture, and it's not about you. It's about your house, not your family, your house, and continuing a legacy and doing whatever you need to do to make sure that legacy is the bomb. It's partnership. To me, it's like a business, right? When you look at royals, were they marrying for love?
No,
and how long did if they did it right, dynasties, right? And right. I'm not into forcing men to deny their nature. That's just it. Like whatever, it is our nature too. So again, back to the lion example. They seem to be enjoying it. So I look at a lot of societies where it works. But that again, that's just my perspective.
I think that there's an opportunity for her to find, it's always an opportunity for her to find a man of her liking. However, I'm not even saying however. There can be some men available.
Yeah. There's what they're saying, a leg for every pot.
Right. However, that goes back to secrets again. So you gotta go back to the secrets thing. What is shared and what can be shared and what should be shared inside of a intimate relationship.
Right.
Like a marriage. Okay, I think you got the bubble again. So this.
All right.
I grew up in a household where my parents were married for 40 years. All 4 of my kids come from the same person. We never stepped outside of that relationship. It was just due to the fact that he just didn't have that gumption. And we were together for 13 years. But I'm recently single, just started dating. And I gotta say, it's a hard road.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
chickens are kind of slim right now. And then this whole, COVID thing, all the meeting spots are kind of jacked up. That ain't helping, you know. But and then it's like, well, that's great. You found somebody. So if he was one in a million, right? It's at least what 300 of him in the country somewhere, just like him. So there is hope for real. And then let's go to the astrology again. Where it changed this whole thing with our generation, like those born after this 65, how because our relationships don't look like pretty much every relationship throughout human history, that don't mean we're doing it wrong. We're probably just doing it different. And I heard one astrologer, she was saying that people in like our parents' generation, like she just said, they were married for 40 years, right? People before us came into this world to learn a lesson as a pair, right? Their children and the generations after that came in with those lessons, right? These are old souls. You keep hearing that, right? So they probably already had that traditional, till death do you part thing. And now Libra and Pluto was in Libra when we were born. Transforming relationships. We got to change. What is that going to look like? Sometimes it's like, okay, I'm just finishing up on some final lessons. So I'm going to have some short relationships, some long relationships, some little, casual encounters or whatever. And supposedly we're going to be the generation that gets married older because Pluto rules like graveyards and all that stuff. So yeah. So it's just like, well, good. You had one. You will find another one. Maybe I'm just being hopeful. The whole Libra rising thing, Libra North Node, it's just like, nah, I refuse to give up on love. For real. And I don't want nobody else to do that either.
Never ever give up on love. You know what I'm saying? But
first principle. Yeah.
Wow. Things have turned up a bit in the past 30 minutes. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I did not expect it.
For real, it did. Hey, yeah. That energy was.
It's a good thing, right? It's a good thing. So, talk to us. Host, tell us what should we look forward to next time? Tell us.
All right, next time. Yeah, let's go and wrap this up. We've been on here for, oh my goodness, 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours. Yeah, it was
almost
a good time.
2
It's
hours.
good though.
Yes, it went fast. But
Yes,
to wrap up, this was great. Thank you all for joining us.
Absolutely.
I've been recording it, so it'll probably be up on YouTube tomorrow. So share it widely. Califa Media
right.
YouTube page. So next week we're gonna actually talk about the rules. We're gonna go through the Quran and the Sisters Auxiliary book, and might even touch on the Red book because I think there's actually a chapter in there where Jesus almost gave up his mission for a pretty girl that didn't even say nothing to him. So yeah,
okay.
I'm like, Jesus, So and then some more astrology stuff, But on that note, let me go ahead and close out. Thank you all for joining us again.
Peace.
Moorish,
Thanks for having me.
Oh, definitely. Please come back next week.
Absolutely.
Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Again, this has been Brother Abir Chanan L. Sister Zahra Bey and Sarush L joined us, and we had another sister leaving messages. Thank y'all so much for participating.
Absolutely.
You can contact us by going to either califamedia.com or 43rd Books, 43rdbooks.com. And y'all have a safe and any last comments?
No.
All right.
I'm just thankful to be in the number. Y'all have a peaceful week.
Islam.
Really.
Islam. Peace.
Islam. We will see y'all next chat.
That's it. Peace. All right.
That was dope. Peace.